Honors Math 9. Today's lesson 8.2 is angles and angle pairs. So I have all the stuff written down already, so lots of definitions. Angles are formed by two rays with a same endpoint. So rays are called the sides and the endpoint is called the vertex. And it's very important when you represent angles that the vertex is always the middle letter. The first and the last one does not matter, but the middle one always has to be the vertex. If you have a number written inside the angle, you can always represent it by the number, and angles are represented in the number of degrees between the sides. And the measurement angle is represented by the M, a cursive or an italic M in front of the angle. Then we're going to talk about different types of angles. So we have an acute angle, which is between 0 and 90. Obtuse angle is between bigger than 90 but less than 180. And a right angle has to be exactly 90, and a straight angle has to be exactly 180 degrees. Good. And then adjacent angles would just be two angles that are next to each other. So this example would be angle 1 and angle 2. They are next to each other and there's no overlapping. The next definition we're talking about is called vertical angles. And vertical angles are formed when you have two lines that intersect. And in this example, angle 1 and 3 are vertical angles, and within it you can kind of see angle 1 makes the V and angle 3 makes the A. Angle 2 and 4 are also vertical angles. Complementary angles are two angles who add up to 90 degrees. Complementary, like corner, 90 degrees. Supplementary are two angles that add up to 180. Complementary and supplementary can be any angles, whereas linear pair have to be two adjacent angles that are supplementary, which means that they form a straight angle or add up to 180. So the difference between supplementary and the linear pair, supplementary does not have to be next to each other, linear pairs do. We have talked about lines before, intersecting lines. The lines can intersect in three technically ways. Two of the special ones. One way lines can intersect or not intersect is if they're parallel. So these lines do not intersect and they have the same slope. Perpendicular lines are lines that form right angles, so their slopes are opposite reciprocals. In this case, line L and M are perpendicular, L and N are perpendicular, but line N and M are parallel. A transversal is a line that cuts through two lines, so in this case, line L would be a transversal. And then in these drawings, you have a bunch of examples, and some of them are exact, some of them are, you have multiple different answers, but there's just a few. Nice job.